Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is just a little bit of an update, and we're going to pull the winners of the Proud to Be an American Summer Bash Challenge. But first, real quickly, update on the July flower swap. I have here, everybody's partnered up. I just got done spending an hour and a half drawing everybody's names out of a hat and getting everybody partnered up. So it is Friday and it is about midnight. So I probably am not going to go through and start packaging all of this up tonight as I need to go to sleep, but I will do this tomorrow. I probably will not be able to get it done before the post office closes because this part of the packaging process, when I have this many people, there's 24 people that participated in this. That means that I personally have to go through, divide out 24 times 5 packages, because each person's getting 5 different sets of things back. So, I mean, if you think about I don't know, 24, just put it to you like this. I mean, if it was 25, which including my little gift to you guys, I mean, that is like having 6 sets for every single person who participated, which is 24 people. So that's hundreds of little packages that I have to go through. So, needless to say, it takes several hours for me to do that. I do not think that I can get it done before the post office closes. I'm going to try my best, but I don't think I can get it done. And get it to the post office and then stand in line to mail off 24 packages, but I'm going to try. But what I am going to do for sure is I'm going to draw the winners for the Proud to Be an American Bash Challenge. And I will go to the post office and get those mailed off tomorrow because I have a few packages that have to go out tomorrow. So I will actually have to stop what I'm doing as far as mailing the flower swaps out and actually make a trip to the post office because those things do have to go to the post office tomorrow. And I'd like to get at least the prize packages for the challenge part out so I don't feel like the month of July is lingering over my head, which is the way I'm feeling right now. And it's kind of hard because August, you know, we have back to school. This week has been very busy for me. As most of you guys know, I've had the back to school drives. I was really blessed and really happy to have been able to donate so many school supplies with your guys' help this year. Normally on a good year, we have been able to do, me personally, my family personally, have been able to do about 35 backpacks total, and this year we were able to do over 80. And that's thanks to you guys and your guys' help with sending in the different school supplies and or money. There were several of you guys out there that sent in gift cards and cash and different things like that that helped me really to be able to help twice as many children as that I had otherwise not been able to do so. But it is a community event here in the town that I live in. I think total altogether we were able to help over, my portion of it was 80 backpacks, but I think as a whole, I worked with a group of 10 ladies. As a whole, we were able to help over 300 children. So I was really, really super excited about that. The extra stuff that I was able to do this year really helped us reach more kids this year. So I was really excited about that. And so next year I'll probably do the same thing. And I will probably do it locally. I'll try to promote it a little bit better locally. But we'll see. I'll have to think about that as last year, as you know, next year up gets closer. I mean, we just finished this one. And for the record, if anybody out there, somebody asked me this question about school supplies, what I normally do, just so you guys are aware, I collect school supplies all year round, and that's really how I'm able to personally be able to help and save and get the backpacks and things, because I usually, after the school supply stuff goes on sale, the backpacks and stuff, and they drop that stuff down to 50, 75% off. I personally go and I try to buy as many of those backpacks as I can, and I save them for the next year. And so I just want everybody to be aware of that situation when you're going into your store and you have a package of ink pens and they have them for $1/4 off. Please don't hesitate to pick those up and to send them my way. I'll be more than happy to save those for the following year, because I literally have a closet that has totes in it, and as the year goes on, we just throw school supplies in there as I find them throughout the year on clearance and things like that. And people know that I collect the school supplies as well, and so they will, you guys now know that I collect the school supplies here on YouTube, but prior to me having a YouTube, the community, would throw school supplies my way, and I would just save them for the next year's use. So that's a little backstory on that. I have no issues getting clearance out school supplies. I collect them myself. I save them for next year. And, there has been times where, one of my kids' teachers have contacted me because they know that I'm really big into helping the school supplies. And there's a reason for this, guys. It's something that's very close to my heart, and I'll tell you this story in just a second. But there's been times where I've had teachers come to me and have asked me if I have any, boxes of crayons, like in the middle of the school year or towards the end of the school year, when parents are tired of sending in extra crayons and they have run out of all the supply that, was first brought in at the first of the year, whatever. If I have any of that stuff, and, I'll come straight home and I will dig through the tote, and whatever they're needing, I'll be more than happy to give up. Because let me tell you guys, if you are not a teacher and you don't know anybody who's a teacher, kids are really, really hard on school supplies. I don't think that kids are hard on school supplies intentionally. I just think that it happens, especially the younger they are. They pull out a pencil, they put their pencil in the backpack, and then they take the pencil home. They either break it, they sit on it on the bus, they lose it, whatever the case may be. The next day they go in, they have to get a new pencil. Well, if 28 students did that every single day, you're going through 3 packs of pencils every single day. So I'm just saying, it takes a lot of school supplies to get our children through a school year. So getting back to the little story, and then I'm going to pull these winners. The reason why school supplies is so near and dear to my heart, because one time, now I was a child when this happened. One time I was sitting in a classroom, and it was the first day of school. We're all just sitting there, and we are primed and ready to go. Everybody in their new sneakers and their new dresses, because back then the girls, was wearing their little sundresses, and, the boys are in their best jeans and stuff like that. And, not paying really a close attention. I really wasn't paying attention to this little girl who really wasn't wearing her best clothes. They were all right clothes, and maybe that's the reason why I really didn't pay attention to the girl herself as a whole. But what happened is her mother or her parents did not have her school supplies for her. And I was in a young grade, probably 3rd or 4th grade. And this didn't even happen to me, and it traumatized me as a child. And this is why school supplies and children having the tools that they need for school prior to starting school is important to me. This mother of this child, obviously she came to school without her school supplies. I mean, nobody really knew that she came to school without her school supplies. I mean, it was the first day of school. You have the teacher up there talking about whatever they talk about on the first day of school. Obviously, it's not that important because, you know, none of us are paying attention. Everybody's checking out everybody's new sneakers and whatever else is going on. And the mother of this child comes into the classroom and makes a scene. Makes a scene with this little girl, brings her in some school supplies in a brown paper bag, and makes a big old scene, top of her lungs, apologizing to the little girl about how she was sorry that she couldn't get the school supplies before school started. I mean, just embarrassing the girl. And the mother probably didn't have any intention on embarrassing the girl. The mom was truly heartfelt, apologetic for not being able to provide her child the school supplies before school started. It's just that she came in and felt the need to explain to a group of, 10-year-olds, 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds, however old I was, how she didn't get the school supplies before school started. And then she brought them in a brown paper bag instead of like a backpack, so all the kids were making fun of this little girl, and I'm not really big on the whole bullying thing. I have a serious problem with that. And so as a little girl, I was just blown away that this mom would just embarrass this little girl like that. I don't understand why the mom didn't pull the girl out of the classroom or, something. Or just brought the stuff in, set the stuff down and turn around and walk off. I don't understand why she had to make a scene. So anyway, I have always felt sorry for that little girl, is my point. And so I always just feel like our kids as a whole deal with enough bullying and enough putting up with the opinions of, at my kids' stage of growing up, they put up with enough crap from other people, getting made fun of about stuff that doesn't even matter and will not matter, and all that stuff as it is, that, if we can provide the necessary tools that those kids are going to need walking into school and not feel embarrassed about how their parents couldn't afford their school supplies, or even if their parents could afford their school supplies and their parents are a piece of, pardon my language, shit, and didn't want to buy their school supplies and rather buy a 6-pack of beer or whatever the case may be. I mean, I'm not here to judge the parents. I'm just saying that if a parent came up to me and they made $60,000 or $70,000 a year and they're asking me to give their kids a backpack full of school supplies, I'm giving that kid a backpack full of school supplies because it's not about the parent. It's about the kid. And if that parent is asking me, even though that parent makes well over enough money to buy the school supplies, then that parent is not going to be providing that child with the necessary tools to go back to school. Whether they try to go in there to the store and half-ass buy what the kid needs to start school, or they send the kid to school without buying the necessary tools because they have other things in their life that they want to buy that's more important and they feel like they don't need to spend money on school supplies. To me, it doesn't really make a difference. That's not what I'm, making backpacks for. I'm making backpacks for the kids so that child doesn't feel like a piece of shit going into school because their parent doesn't do right by them. Or not even that, or because the parent really can't afford to buy school supplies, or the parent has 6 kids and can't afford to buy school supplies for all 6 of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it doesn't matter. If you're coming to me and you're asking me for school supplies, I don't care if you're making $70,000 a year or $70 a month. Like, if you're asking me for school supplies, there's a reason for that. And my goal is to make sure the child has what he needs to start school with. And by doing so, maybe hopefully that kid will have it a little bit easier that year starting school, and maybe will feel a little bit more comfortable starting school, and maybe get made fun of a little less that year. Or at least for the beginning of the year. You know what I mean? And I tell them kids, and I give them kids a business card that has my personal cell phone number in that backpack that says, if at any time throughout the entire year you find that you are out of school supplies, you have your parents, call me on my cell phone. I will find a way to make sure you get what you need. End of story. Like, that is the reason why I do the school supplies. That is the only reason. Has nothing to do with the parents or me, like, weeding out the parents that can afford. That's what somebody had asked me the other day, sent me a message. Well, how do I know which parents can afford to buy school supplies and which kids really need it? If you're coming to me and you're asking me for school supplies for a child, then you need it. Because either you're not spending your money on your kids' school supplies, you're spending it on something else, or maybe you just don't want to buy your kids the school supplies. I'm not doing it because the parent can or cannot afford to do it. I'm doing it because I don't want that kid to not have school supplies and to not start school in a manner in which is going to allow him to be able to learn. I mean, it's a proven fact that kids who start school without the proper tools to learn do not do as well as other kids. So just keep that in mind. You know, I can't take care of all the kids and buy their shoes and their school clothes and stuff like that. But surely to goodness, everybody can, afford to give an extra pack of crayons and an extra pack of pens, this and that. And that's the reason why, now you guys know the reason why the school supply thing was part of my challenge. It's because of that little girl from my childhood and the embarrassment that I felt for her as a child at 10 years old. So, with that being said, all of that whole conversation was to let you know that I wanted to thank each and every one of you who went out of your way to either send in a school supply, send in more school supplies than what you needed to. I know it's not cheap shipping things, and so I really, really do appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. You have helped me help 50 more kids than what I helped last year, and that to me rocks my socks. So thank you so much for doing that. And now we are going to get into the winner, shall we? Okay. So I'm sure everybody has seen the video where I go over the prize packages. There is not much difference in the prize packages other than the main stamp and die set, which is this one, which is the tag set. So we will go by the names, and the other one is, maybe I should just re-show you guys real quick. You guys have seen this. If you guys want to see every single little thing that's inside here, feel free to go back through. Ooh, sorry, y'all, sorry. And look at the update to the price package video is somewhere along in my playlist, and you will find a video dedicated to showing you nothing but these two price packages. So what we're going to do, the majority of them are the same. The only real big difference is the die and stamp set. So the first one is a tag set, and this one we're going to call the mason jar set. Okay. So there is washi tape inside here. There are dies from AliExpress. There are like little bits and pieces. There's ribbons. There's some different like sticker sets from Dollar Tree and from Hobby Lobby. There's a pen and notebook set. There is a list pad. There is quite a bit of stuff in here actually. Some art tape. There's some sequins in there. It's a combination of quite a bit of random things. Enough to get you started on a whole bunch of different projects if you would like. So what we are going to do is look at all of these entries, guys. And these are on tiny, tiny pieces of paper. There is over 900, almost 1,000 little pieces of in this little box right here. As I was so blessed to have so many wonderful ladies enter. And there was so many ways to earn points in this challenge. It was a very, very big challenge that I had going on with my monthly swaps. It might have been just a little bit more than I should have bit off at one time. But you know me, I'm pretty organized and I stay pretty good put together. So, I mean, it just takes a little bit of time. Right now, with the flower swap, I was waiting on somebody to send in. Somebody had sent me an email, said that they had sent off their package, but in reality they didn't. So I actually wasted about 4 days, which I could have been putting all this together during the week, and then I definitely could have had it sent out on Saturday, but I was trying to be nice and wait for that package, and then come to find out they didn't send the package at all. So I was kind of bummed out about that. But, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes these things happen and life happens and we can't control that. So, and especially right now we have school starting and everybody's really busy, you know, getting back to school stuff. And normally, like this video, because it is a giveaway video, a drawing, I would have naturally have done this live. But in the last several days, I have watched I've watched so many videos of people getting barcaded on their live feeds that I am just not feeling like that's something I need to do right now, where they come and like attack the live feed and like leave all the comments, and I'm just not ready for that kind of stuff. Like, you know, I have like less than 500 subscribers. I don't feel like I need to be getting attacked. So it seems like that's happening more and more often, and so I just don't want to do that. And I just don't have the time right now to do a live feed. This week school is starting on Thursday, so I'm trying to get everything wrapped up this weekend and the first couple of days of the week, because school is starting on Thursday and I will be really, really busy trying to get the kids onto a normal schedule. And I do apologize, guys, for not getting involved in too many challenges this month, but I just don't have the time to dedicate to it, and I don't like to dedicate myself if I know I don't have the time to do it, and I don't like to rush on my projects really, because then I feel like I'm sending you work that is not good. So I just rather skip one and start back on another one. But I promise, now that the challenge is over and I'm not trying to do two things at once, I think my time will free up a little bit more and everything will go back to being normal. So with that being said, we are going to go ahead and pick number one. And the number one, I'm going to flip these over here. And we are going to do, for the tag pack, jar pack, and then, I mean, this video in and of itself is way longer than what it should have been, we're already at 24 minutes, but I felt like I needed to explain that story to you guys. I've had several people ask me the question about why is it that I'm so worked up about the back to school stuff, and that's the reason why I felt like I needed to explain that and thank everybody for helping me with it. Okay. I do have to say that I'm feeling a little lost because I normally do these drawings live, and so I like doing them live a little bit better because I get to talk to everybody. But, I mean, it is what it is this time. The next one, I'll do it live, go back to being normal. Hopefully, if people would not be so, like, you know, stay out of people's feeds and stuff. Like, I don't even understand why that is. So what's happening is some big YouTuber is telling everybody to go over and check out some small YouTubers' live feed, and the people who are going over and checking that out are like people that are mean and being negative and whatnot. So this is going to be the winner of the tag pack, and it is Peggy Strong. Peggy Strong is the winner of the pack of goodies that has the tag die set in it. I'll write her down. Peggy Strong. She's going to be so excited. She did like every single thing too. Like she had a lot of entry points. I'm telling you, my hand was so tired from writing her name out. She had a lot of entry points for sure. Okay. The next one is for the jar pack. There were several ladies that had like well over 50 points. The jar pack belongs to, can you guys see that? Lisa Goss. Lisa Goss is the winner of the mason jar pack. Congratulations, Lisa and Peggy. So, I'm going to be mailing these tomorrow, for sure. Now, I do have one more surprise, guys. Because I was gifted so many different embellishments, and because I was gifted so many wonderful 4th of July themed things, because everybody knows my love of 4th of July is like real. It's a real thing. I made this loaded envelope to give away. Now, all of these little things back here are little embellishments that I have made. And then, like these pencils and things, like in the straws, they were some of the things that I was gifted and that I wanted to share because I was gifted quite a bit. Like the table scattered, I was gifted like 3 or 4 different bags. So I wanted to share some of that. And the straws as well, people had gifted me several different kinds of the straws, so I kind of made a variety of all the different types that was sent to me, and I added it in here. I just wanted to give back a little pieces of some of the stuff that y'all had sent in and share it with somebody. And so here is the lovely loaded envelope. I'm not going to take it all apart, but I just kind of wanted to show you guys. And I do believe I showed this on a Project Share video, so I won't go into too much detail. But I just love this rosette on the front of this thing. Like, this might be, like, my favorite rosette I've ever made with that little bow there. I don't know. And of course, I added one of my favorite little watermelon pieces there. I got a serious problem with watermelon, guys. And if you guys haven't seen, if you guys haven't seen the, and there's just a whole bunch of bits and pieces, some journaling cards, some napkins, some different, you know, lovely goodness. I made this tassel. If if you guys haven't seen the watermelon stuff that Kashina Riddell had made and sent me, you guys need to go back and watch that. Like, it is so awesome. Like, I thought I was doing great on my paperclip watermelon, but she sent me watermelon heaven. I just loved her stuff. So, I'm going to pull a winner out for this loaded envelope here. And it is going to be this one, who is Little Craft Creations, who is Michelle. So congratulations, ladies. So basically, guys, you guys will have, I would say that you would have 24 hours, but you don't need to have 24 hours because I have every single one of your guys' addresses. I'm going to get this packaged up, and Michelle Perry, and I'm going to get these sent out. And I really do appreciate every single one of you guys who took the time to enter in my challenge. I really do appreciate you. I love every single one of you, and I hope to see you guys in the next challenge. I'm kind of really looking forward to the fall. I probably won't do another challenge until I hit 500 subscribers maybe, or maybe I will do one at closer to my birthday. I haven't decided yet. It's a lot of work doing challenges, in case you guys don't know. It has absolutely nothing to do with like the money part of doing challenges, but it is a lot of work on the opposite end to do the challenges, to keep track of all the points, to double, because I'm like crazy, you know, like I got OCD pretty bad, so like I double check and then triple check everybody's points. I'm going back into every single person's channel to make sure that they did video responses like 2 and 3 times before I do the drawing, because sometimes people like to wait, you know, like if they do a project share, they won't put their project share up before I get my package. It'll be after, because I don't watch them. Like you guys feel free that if you ever do a video response to me, you can put it up prior to me receiving the package, because I will not watch it. I will see that you done one, and I will mark it down for my purposes to go back and watch it after the fact, but I won't ever watch your video response prior to getting the packages, because I don't want it to be ruined. But some people put that video response up 2 and 3 days after I've already uploaded my video and stuff. So the day before I like do my drawing, I will recheck and go back to everybody who has entered my challenge to their channel, just to make sure they didn't do a video response, that I didn't miss something, you know, something tra-la-la, you know what I'm saying? Because I got serious problem. I don't want to cheat. I don't ever want to cheat anybody out of anything. You know what I mean? Anywho, now it's like 1 o'clock. I'm rambling. I'm getting off of here. Congratulations, ladies. I'm going to be getting these wrapped up, putting them in an envelope, putting them in my... Let me show you. Maybe I can't show you. My screen's not big enough, probably. Putting them in my awesome watermelon bag that Kashina Riddell had sent me. You guys can't see that, but that is like a watermelon on a stick, y'all. Anywho, it says hello summer. We're getting ready to be like hello fall, y'all, which is my next favorite part of the year. Love-hate relationship with the fall. It's my birthday. It was me and my grandmother share the same birthday, as well as my father. And so I have a love-hate relationship with my birthday, because she's gone. And so I want to celebrate my birthday, but then I don't, because I always celebrated my birthday with her, and she's not here anymore. So, and then she also died in the fall. So the fall is usually not easy for me, but I love it because it holds all these wonderful memories for me. Anywho, so point being is pretty soon I'm going to have to put all of my watermelon stuff away and start bringing out my pumpkins. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this weird rambling video, and congratulations to my winners. I hope to see you in the next video. Oh, and by the way, I will not be putting up a meal planning video or a grocery haul video for this week. There will be a Dollar Tree video, but I won't do a grocery haul this week, as I am going to be cleaning out my refrigerator and using up what I have in my house, so I won't do any videos on that stuff, as I'm going to be getting ready for school next week. Alright guys, we'll see you. Bye!